So, what is Akin? Akin is an online platform with the sole purpose of fostering conversation on the subject of race and identity. Issues on campus often spring up, and are followed by discussion that quickly dies. We've noticed that while these discussions were occurring, they generally only occurred between groups of friends that already shared similar viewpoints. So, we had an idea. We decided to provide a platform for all areas of campus to connect and discuss different perspectives. How do we plan to achieve this? We built a website consisting of a forum, media, and articles. And most importantly, the discussion forum. On the discussion forum, members of the Duke community remain anonymous. Although members remain anonymous, we've implemented measures such as a flagging system and moderators that ensure that the conversation remains productive. Other components of the online platform include videos, podcasts, articles, and photography. Regardless of your prior knowledge on identity issues, everyone is welcome to take part in Akin. Additionally, Akin is a neutral site. We have no agenda other than fostering honest and open conversation. With that being said, welcome to our site. Join the conversation. Alright, so let's go through Akin. So you're going to type in the address, and then the first thing that you have to do is log in to the website. This ensures that the website is limited to members of the Duke community. So you log in, and it welcomes you to our website. So the welcome page has a quick blurb about Akin and what we are trying to do. It has our promotional video. It has the results from our survey. So our survey was a short survey that randomly polled Duke students in order to gauge their opinions on conversations on Duke's campus surrounding race and identity. There's also a link to the forum and our About Us page and our publications page. So let's click on the About Us page. Okay, so essentially the About Us page quickly explains why we created Akin, what Akin is doing, and how to be a respective and productive member of Akin. It also explains the different parts of the website. So in addition to the forum, we have the articles and the artistic material, and then it has a link to the forum. And then at the end, it has the survey that we conducted that I mentioned before. So like I said, the survey is sort of polling students on their conversations on race and identity on Duke's campus. So as you can see, conversations are happening. They're mainly in their own specific groups. Most people do not think that an all-inclusive space is available, and a lot of people would contribute to this space if it was available. Okay, so let's first look at our articles. We currently have 5 Duke students who are writing articles for us on topics from racial fetishism to the current state of campus activism at Duke, to sort of the political correctness culture on campus. So it's just a variety of topics that discuss the national conversation as well as the conversation that's happening on Duke regarding race and identity. So now let's check out our media page. Let's click on video. So on our video page, the first thing that pops up is the Akin First Impressions. The Akin First Impressions is a video series that basically brings together 2 students from different parts on campus with different backgrounds to discuss various topics ranging from political correctness to their typical Saturday nights. It's sort of an interesting piece on what happens when you sit down two very different students and the conversation that ensues, and then as well as our promotional video. So we're going to the photo page next. So our first photo project was Akin Spectrum, which sort of is a photo essay that highlights the connections between race, identity, and beauty. And we interviewed our models, and these interviews sort of detail their lived experiences growing up and at Duke. So here are just a couple of the models. And let's go to podcasts. So our podcast is called Akin Speaks. It's a show about race and identity on Duke's campus. It's produced by a Duke student, and episode 0 was basically this student interviewing us about our motivation for creating Akin, what Akin is like, and how we see Akin helping the university. Okay, so now we're going to go to the meat of the site, which is the discussion page, but before we do that, we have to log in. So we're logging in. This is just another way to make sure that the person logging in is a member of the Duke community. So once you log in, go to the Discuss tab, which has the discussion forum. Before you log in, we really encourage users to read the forum guidelines. The forum guidelines basically detail how to be a respectful member of Akin, use common courtesy, improve the discussion, just basic ways to ensure that the conversation remains respectful and productive. There's also the user terms and conditions. So the user terms and conditions detail how to be a user on the Akin forum. So you are assigned an anonymous username. My username is auspicious514, and it details the blocking and removal conditions. And so this is how to determine if a comment is hateful rather than honest and offensive, and it also details our strikes and consequences system for removing posts and then suspending users. Okay, so let's go see the forum. Alright, so on the forum page, we have posted topics that are often discussed in isolated groups in Duke, but not in a community setting. So as you can see, it's just about lived experiences at Duke so far, the political correctness conversation, a conversation on the Allen Building sit-in, and then diversity in living groups. So let's click on this one. As you can see, a lot of discussion has ensued because of this question. People are really expressing their beliefs on diversity and if it's necessary, what has led up to the lack of diversity, if they do think that there's a lack of diversity. It's also important to note that if someone comments on the forum, someone can comment on that comment. That comment isn't necessarily shown in the box by the topic, but it's important to note that you can comment on the comments as well. So here is that thread. Essentially, we, in order to have this conversation, we asked various people from different places on Duke's campus. We had members from fraternities, sororities, SLGs, as well as independent students participate in this forum. And so this is on the Allen Building sit-in. And as you can see, this is a controversial topic. A lot of people are commenting on comments in this one. As you can see, the upvote system is right here, so people have upvoted this question, upvoted this answer, and the upvote system essentially ensures that people can see sort of how their comments are being taken on Akin. Okay, so after that, let's go to the user profile. So on the user profile, you can look at your own use of Akin and how you used it so far. So the activity feed, it's what have you commented on, what have you answered, the notification tab, which tells you if anyone has commented on your answer or upvoted your answer, and it also tells you your reputation. So your Akin reputation tells you how often you use the site, how many upvotes you do, how many comments you do, so you get little points for answering questions or for upvoting answers. My reputation is 93 so far. In addition to our media, our articles, our discussion page, we also have a Contact Us tab, which basically, so people can submit pieces for Akin. There's an article submission tab, and then there's an apply page, so if someone wants to join a team Akin, they can apply to be on the tech team, the photo team, the publishing team, or these various teams. So I've showed you Akin, as well as the home page that details everything that's been posted thus far. I hope you'll log into Akin and join the conversation yourself.